beautiful stars, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Molly and I do a bunch of content from books to lifestyle, thrifting, fashion, everything that makes my heart happy. So if it sounds like it'll make your heart happy too, then please hit the subscribe button and join our beautiful star family. Today I have not a shocker, but a collective book haul. So it's very overdue. A lot of these are from like the past several months and I'm so excited. I went on a book buying ban for the month of December. It was really hard, but it was very well worth it. I did 31 booked for the month of December instead of 75 booked. If you're familiar with Book Talk at all, it was a really big trend to do 75 booked, like 75 hard, and it was like a book buying ban and a bunch of other rules, and I did it for 31 days and it was kind of hard, to be honest. I would love to do it again though, maybe in July or something as like a halfway mark. Yeah, so let's just jump into my book haul. All these are from local bookstores, Barnes & Noble or the thrift store, Dollar Tree, and maybe a few from Pango Books. I can probably let you know as I look through these. A couple of these I haven't seen in a second because they've been sitting in a different area of my room, so I need to refresh my memory of what I've purchased over the last few months, because after that book buying ban I went crazy. So let's just get into it. So starting off with an exciting one is Ali Hazelwood's To Complay. This is a novella and it came out as audio only, and then she did a release of it, and it's just a baby. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I think she's really fun, and I know people have their things about each author, but I really enjoy her writing, and my favorite book of hers so far has been Love Theoretically. That just like, it was so good. Then I found When the Crow's Away by Orly Wallace, and this is an Evanfall Witches B&B mystery. So there is another one in this series, and oh gosh, what is it called? I just read it this fall. In the Company of Witches is the first book. These are just so cozy. I listened to the audiobook. I did get it as ebook for my e-reader through Libby, but then I panicked and like just didn't finish it in time, so then I listened to the audio instead and I loved it. It was so good. So I'm excited to read the second book. I think these are just, they're so fun. So if you're looking for something magical, kind of like Practical Magic, but just a touch different. It kind of reminds me of like Sabrina the Teenage Witch almost, because it's family oriented. But this is from the thrift store. It's Rock Bottom Girl by Lucy Score, and I got it for like $1. This thrift store specifically that I get a lot of my books from, they mark their books for only $1 or like 75 cents. And then this is what I've been eyeing every time I go to Barnes & Noble, but it's The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and this is like a whole little series. There's Killer Instinct, All In, Bad Blood, and then The Inheritance Games by the same author. So I've heard about all of these books and how wonderful they are. So $2.99 at Savers. Cannot beat that. I was so excited to find that. And this has been also all over my TikTok page, like people talking about this series like crazy. All of my mutuals on TikTok have been talking about this Boys of Tommen series, and I'm like, what is this? I found Keeping 13 at the thrift store. So this is number 2. I do need number 1, and this was $3.49, so it looks like I need binding 13 and then I can go on from there. I've read books out of order before, so maybe I'll go ahead and just read this one and guess what's going on, fill in the blanks, or I'll try and get it through Libby. That was an exciting find. I also got a gift card. If you watched my What I Got for Christmas video, my mom got me a Barnes & Noble gift card. So I got The God of the Woods from by Liz Moore from there, and I've heard really good things about this one. It's kind of like a thriller, maybe a little bit of a horror, and that's all definitely my vibe, so excited to read this one. Jumping around, this is a thrift store find. It was $2.49 at Savers, and it's the Mary Shelley Club by Goldie Modolsky. This just sounded really good. I think it's probably like teen fiction. I saw it at the library and I was like, I have that book. So I'm excited to read this one. I think this will be perfect for like Summerween. I think that'd be so fun. And this was a fun thrift find as well. I was actually really shocked to find it, but one of the Savers I go to is near a Half Price Books and a Barnes & Noble. I feel like there are some bookish people in the area that donate to this thrift store, but I found Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I've only read one other Riley Sager book, and it was The Final Girls. I really liked it. I ate it up. It was good. And there was definitely a twist in there that I wasn't expecting, and I own quite a few of his books. I have Home Before Dark and I have a few others here. Survive the Night. I actually checked this one out at the library and then it didn't renew because someone was waiting for it, so I had to return it, and I've been wanting to read it since because I only got like 2 chapters in because I had happened to find like 3 books at the library that day. I'm excited to find it, or to have found it there, and it was only $4.99, so I'll definitely take that. From the dollar store, found 27 Minutes by Ashley Tate, and this gives me like the Home Before Dark or like Survive the Night from Riley Sager vibes. Yeah, $1.50. The Dollar Tree raised their book prices by a quarter, but you know, I'll take it. That's still pretty cheap. Little Free Library, I found Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar, which is just a classic, and I'm so excited to have found this. I want to start collecting more classics. I just got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Five Below has some pretty epic books. Then I found Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy at the bookstore. I am just so excited I found this because I know that, I mean, I've been seeing it everywhere now that I found it, but when I was looking for it like the first week that it was released, I couldn't find it anywhere. I was so excited to find it like literally at the most random bookstore. I listened to her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died. That was just heart-wrenching, and I would highly recommend listening to it over reading it because you can just really, she narrates it, so you can just hear the emotion behind everything, and she's a very good writer, and so I'm excited to see her work of fiction and see what it's like, because that's obviously way different than writing about your life, so I'm excited about that one. And then I am a huge fan of Holly Jackson, so I found Not Quite Dead Yet, and I've been looking for this one everywhere as well, and I literally checked at Barnes & Noble, I checked my favorite local bookstore, and then I knew I'd seen it at a different bookstore, but it's like 15 minutes away from where I live, and a little town, they have like a record store and a crystal shop and a bookstore and a coffee shop and like all these really fun, it's definitely a Molli town. Like, I just love towns that have like fun stuff like that to do. I knew I had seen it there, but I was like, what are the chances I'd still have it a month later, because I was on my book buying ban when I first saw it, and I was like, I can't buy it. And I went back and they had it, so it was definitely meant to be. It just sounds really good. I'll read a quick snippet for you guys. It starts off with, in 7 days, Jet Mason will be dead. Jet is the daughter of one of the wealthiest families in Woodstock, Vermont, 27 years old and back living with her parents. She's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she always says. She has time. Until Halloween night, when she is violently attacked by an unseen intruder suffering a catastrophic head injury. Doctors are certain that within a week the injury will trigger a deadly aneurysm. Jet never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her former best friend, and turned sister-in-law, her ex-boyfriend. She is just 7 days, and as her condition deteriorates, she only has her childhood friend Billy for help. But nevertheless, she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is going to solve her own murder. That sounds pretty crazy, and I just love like the details in books like this with, it just looks so cool. Like there's like little Halloween odes, and oh, I'm so excited. And this is her first book out of, maybe not. I know that she wrote another book outside of the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Also from the Dollar Tree, I found Mary Kate Andrews' Bright Lights Big Christmas, and I just read The Santa Suit by her this past winter and I ate it up. It was so cute. It was very Hallmark vibes, and I'm usually not super into books like that, but I loved it. So if you're looking for a short but sweet read, I would recommend that one. So to find this book at the Dollar Tree of all places, I was really shocked. And another thrift store find is Claudia Gray's Balthazar, which is an Evernight novel, and I've just really been into going back towards like the early 2000s, mid 2000s vampire books, and I had never heard of this one before, but something about it seems so familiar, so I wonder if I saw it at like my middle school library or something back in like 2010. But this was only $2, and there's a little quote back here from L.J. Smith, who's the author of The Vampire Diaries, and that's been on my TBR for a long time. My final 2 books of this haul is another Holly Jackson book, As Good as Dead, which is the final book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and I just read the second one this past summer, so I'm looking forward to finally finishing it. And I've read the whole series then. This was a new release. It's Frida McFadden's Dear Debbie, and I know that people have mixed opinions about Miss Frida, but if there's one thing she knows how to do, it's definitely to write twists and turns. But yeah, that is my big collective book haul over the past month and a half, 2 months, minus December because I didn't buy books. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, shine bright. Bye!